All right, man. Torture Talk. What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's good. How y'all doing? OT show. You know what it is, man. All right, man. Look at that camera moving. How y'all doing, man? I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody's great. I am on the OT show. This is the OT show. So I'm out of town. I'm not in the studio. And I'm doing as many episodes as I can, putting them out as much as I can. I dropped 4 yesterday, and I'm gonna try to drop probably 4 or 5 today because I'm on just out here enjoying myself, and I'm also dropping episodes. So look, so today Drake has posted a cryptic message on his Instagram, and we're gonna get into that. Before we get into that, you know I gotta get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content. Absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. Thank you for all the Cash Apps. And they call me the Hidden Gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 13,000. And yes, I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. March 23rd, there will be a live event on this page, Battle Rap. If you like Battle Rap, click in me versus J Dev. So let's get it, man. Let's go. All right, so let's get it, man. You already know what it is. Torture Talk. All right, so let's get it, man. This comes courtesy of the Ville. You already know. Let's go.
And just real quick, because I wanted to go over this, Drake had just posted this cryptic message, a very cryptic message, and it says here, "You know, I grew up non-confrontational and always treated this game as a sport or my pen won gold. But these days, the podium has been hard for all of us to ignore. I understand that the next chapter may leave you feeling uneasy, but I hope you see my honesty as clarity, not charity, that answers some questions, especially about the unanswered text you've been sending me." Now, I'm not sure if this is him writing this for himself or if he's like captioning from something else, but he's writing this to reflect on himself. As far as the next chapter, I believe he might just be talking about this album that he said he was going to drop in the summer. It was in Give Me a Hug where he had said something about the summer. He has something coming up. He said it's about to be a lit summer. This was a lyric that he had said in Give Me a Hug. Give Me a Hug was a song that came out in Triple S for You. This is where Drake is basically had first announced that he was going to release another album besides Triple S for You. And it looks like he might be releasing it in the summer, which is not too far from now. The summer does start late May, early June, which
Okay. Um, I'm gonna get into what I believe that message means and who I think he's talking about. Um, and I'm gonna put it to y'all. If he's writing like that, there's some growth there. I can feel it. I can feel that he's trying to grow up. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what he really means by this. We're gonna see. And I understand lyrics very well. I mean, who knows? This could just be something that it's just an ambitious statement. Who knows? But you know what I mean, we gonna see. We gonna see.
isn't that far away from now. Now, I don't know if he will release it in May or June. It could possibly be July, but he said this summer. So we'll see what he's talking about when the summer comes around. But saying that this next chapter is going to leave us feeling uneasy, but I hope you see my honesty as clarity and not charity. I wonder what he really does mean by that. Is he saying that he's going to have the viewers, the listeners feel uneasy with the honesty that he's going to give us? And if so, what things is he going to be honest about? Is he talking about the lawsuit? Is he talking about the beef? And obviously, he's saying he's going to be honest with the people, with the listeners, as a form of clarity for himself and not charity. So at this point, Drake is looking for some type of clarity and is willing to make people feel uneasy about it. But what questions are you going to answer? And how truthful will you answer those questions? What are you really going to answer and what are you talking about? I could probably take a guess and say that he's talking about his album that he got coming up. That would be the next chapter. But I'm not sure how much honesty we will actually hear from Drake. A lot of things that Drake does is
I said this before. I said this in one of my podcasts. I can't remember exactly which one it was. I do a lot of shows. A lot of shows. A lot. I just realized that. Yo, I literally. Yo. I do a lot of shows, bro. I do 3 a day, right? It's 365 days in a year, right? And I do mostly 3 shows a day. I do 3 shows a day. Actually, 6 or 5 because I do 2 on my other channel, right? So I realized that that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm literally doing like over a thousand episodes a year. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. I'm trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it. But anyway, what do I believe he means by this? If he's saying he's just gonna give some clarity, I definitely think that Drake. I definitely think that Kendrick. People saying that Drake made Kendrick popular, right? But I think Kendrick made Drake into a different person. Whether he's forced to be a man now. He can't come with the same stuff no more. And I think that the reason why he's saying this is because his next album most likely is going to be a mature album that's stepping away from everything he's been doing. At least that's what I believe from this message. Now, I could be 100% wrong. Because honestly, for deep down inside me, Drake feels like Drake has never changed and he's never going to change. But who knows? This could be something that I think is going to change him because nothing's sticking anymore. So if nothing's sticking, you have to switch it up. You have to. And I think he has a lot of pressure on him right now to deliver something good. His next album has to be good because if his next album isn't good, and I'll be honest with you, all he has to do is rap and get a good producer. It's gonna be good. It might not be memorable. It might not stay around, but it'll be good because whoever's writing for him, they're pretty good writers. You know what I'm saying? Some things he says kind of trash, but if we talking to like Duppy freestyle and we talking like Aston Martin music type of verses, yeah, it would be fire. You know what I'm saying? So all he has to do is really stick to rapping. Because the R&B scene for him is dead, bro. It's over for him with that. The Weeknd took that from you, bro. All them other artists that's dedicated to that, yeah, you can't touch them dudes, bro. It's over. Just leave that alone. For real. But let's keep it going.
Is very indirect. A lot of things that he does, occasionally the things that he does is cap. But whatever it is, he felt compelled enough to tell the people that whatever he's going to share with everyone, it's going to make them feel uneasy. I really wonder what he's hinting towards and what's going to make everybody feel uncomfortable. What can Drake say to make us feel uncomfortable? Is it the truth? They say the truth makes you feel uncomfortable. But like I said, I just don't know how honest Drake will be whenever he decides to say what he thinks is true. I want to know what type of questions he's referring to. I want to know if he's going to talk about the beef more, if he's going to give a real perspective of it and how things have been for him afterwards, or if he's just going to cap and say something else or reference something else or talk about something else other than that. Will he talk about the lawsuit? Will he talk about his relationship with UMG and the industry? Or would it be how he feels about the industry and the people that he's acquainted himself with over time, such as Future, Rick Ross, ASAP Rocky, Rihanna? Like, will he talk about the relationships with the people that he's made in the past? I know, if anything, whatever it has to do, it has something to do with his rap career. Because at the very top, he says, I grew up non confrontational and always treated the game as a sport. So you're talking about the rap game and your career and how you were non confrontational in the beginning, and then saying where my pen won gold, talking about the accolades you achieved over time being a rapper. I could only assume that all of this is about him answering questions about his career. And right here in the middle, he's somewhat in.
And that's what I said. That's what I said. He was never a confrontational dude in the beginning. This and he developed this cold hearted, or how would I say this? This is where absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is what happened. Drake ran into absolute power and he became corrupt. That's just what it is. It's crazy to see that this happened because honestly, and I'll be honest with y'all, he probably wouldn't have been as successful if he didn't. He probably would have been just a normal rapper if he didn't push the lines of disrespect, because This game is built around that, and people like that type of behavior. 9 times out of 10, that's what probably happened. So let's keep it going.
It's that the podium has been hard for all of us to ignore. And the only thing that I could think of when he says podium is his platform, his career, and the audience that watches his platform, the audience that supports his career. And him here openly admitting that all the things that have been going on is starting to be difficult for him to just ignore it. And you could kind of see that happening when you see him online. Like there was a time when Little Yachty had openly said that Drake wasn't worried about the beef, and we all know eventually later on Drake decided to sue in regards to the beef. So obviously that was a lie. So I wonder how truthful Drake is going to be. All of this stuff that's been going on is hard for him to ignore, and I think it's becoming a thing where it's difficult for him to act like none of it is happening, because you go and you see him on WWE, you see him in all these places, you see him everywhere, right? You see him publicly, and for the most part, he acts like the beef doesn't exist to him. He acts like none of it is going on. But when you take a look at it, it's the only thing that's been circulating, revolving around his name. So I think that's the
And I 100% agree with that. The only thing that's circling around his name is the beef now. People say that Kendrick Lamar became popular off of Drake. If that's the case, then Drake got dominated or he became unpopular because Kendrick Lamar. So it was a trade off. And I think that him winning so much and him being in the position he was in and now he's not, I think that really bothers him. That part really bothers him. Anything else, I could say maybe, I don't know, but him getting knocked down bothers him. And I'm telling y'all now, he had an awakening moment. One day he was sitting in his house or wherever, and he was probably by himself, and he had an awakening moment. And something hit him and said, bro, you need to grow up, bro. You got to be more mature about this, bro. This is not working no more, bro. All these people, look at all these people. They're not even supporting you no more. Maybe you should confess and say some things, because one thing people love is a comeback story. And they love people who confess and move on from it. Drake has so much pride that he's not. Maybe he should come out and do a song apologizing to the women he offended. Maybe he should settle down. Maybe he should find a woman that he can appreciate and be in a good relationship with. Because at this point, you're not really giving us nothing that we can actually learn from. And we can learn from Drake. Like, I ain't saying it in that way. I'm being honest. We can learn from Drake because we can learn. It's a bunch of different ways you can learn from somebody. You can learn from a person, like I said to a nigga in the battle, you taught me what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So we can learn from Drake what not to do. And we also can learn from certain things that he do that, because people got to understand Drake is in a position where emotionally you can learn from that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I think that at this point, he needs to grow up. He needs to. Because this is not going to fare well for him. He's going to get, if Kendrick Lamar decides to drop something else, at this point, Drake is non-existent. He has to grow up. You have to change. You have to basically get rid of the old you and introduce us to a new you. And really mean that. You have to show us humility. You have to really strip yourself down and rebuild yourself, because right now it's just not working.
thing that he's trying to point out. But as far as his platform goes, it's becoming hard to just ignore. And now he's going to have to address it. And I'm assuming he's going to do it on this new album. I don't know how far the truth is going to be when Drake decides to tell the truth. I don't know how honest he's going to be, or if it's going to be capped. But I think he might be referring to the album that he has coming in the summer, and we'll.
I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, man. I definitely think. I definitely think that the position that he put himself in, battling Kendrick Lamar basically sunned him. And I ain't saying that to be disrespectful or anything like that. I'm just saying Kendrick Lamar basically son Drake. He's son Drake. He put Drake in a position where he made Drake feel like he's outdated. And a lot of people wanted to still defend that. But I think if Drake is smart, he will make more mature music. And I think he will grow up. At this point in his career, him still talking about high school girls and stuff like that, that's just not working no more, bro. You're already a successful damn near billionaire rapper, bro. Or artist. You know what I'm saying? I think at this point you need to basically step out the box and do something different. And I honestly think that this might be Drake's first complete rap album. I don't think he's even going to sing on this joint. I think it's going to be. And I've been saying that he should have been did this a long time ago. And I think he should do a complete rap album. You know what I'm saying? And basically give how you really feel. Give confessions like, look, this is how I feel. This is what happened. And do a song talking about. I would do a song saying what happened between me and Kendrick. I would do a whole history talking about me and Kendrick. And I'll even admit I was a little bit jealous of you or whatever, if he was. But I think that he should do that because that will change everything for him. Everything. Now, I don't know if it would still help him defeat Kendrick because that's never gonna change. Kendrick Lamar is where he's at right now, bro. There's nothing you can do about that. It's over, bro. I think the only thing you can do is just basically change the narrative, basically admit that you lost, change the narrative, and then move on from it, bro. And then I think things will change for you. Other than that, it's gonna stay the same. All right, man. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. See y'all. Peace. Bye. Make sure y'all go check out After Hours too. All right, man. Peace. Bye.